They won! Winner, winner, Chick-fil-A dinner. Atlanta United finally won a match. Our long statewide nightmare is over. The Five Stripes are in the win column for the first time in 3 months. And they got the win against the defending MLS Cup champions. And this week on the show, we're going to dive into exactly how they did it.
I think I got my swagger back.
That's right, Atlanta has looked very much like Atlanta United the last couple matches, finally culminating in a win. And the main cog, the main key to that success has been Ezequiel Barco being Ezequiel Barco. He's back from the Olympics. We got to remember he's still just only 22. He's had an up and down career at Atlanta United, really inconsistent, some bad luck with injuries, going away to play with Argentina in various tournaments. And so he's never really been able to have a really long stretch of good, consistent play. We see those flashes, and then he goes down or he goes out, and then it's a tough kind of road for him to get back to whatever level he was at. But man, he has come back strong from the Olympics, and he is playing great. Josh Bagriansky over at Dirty South Soccer this week wrote a cool piece breaking down that while, Barco's getting a lot of limelight for scoring goals right now, but his main and best contributions to Atlanta United, both during his career and most recently, have been much more as a table setter. Whether he's gathering the ball in his own half and aggressively charging through the midfield, or he's setting up his fellow attackers in dangerous areas to either shoot or make that final pass toward the goal. And he's really at his best when he's doing this playing freely and having the confidence that A, hell yeah, I'm doing this. I am this kind of player. This is what I'm good at. And B, this is what the coach wants me to do, and he's going to be happy with it, and he's allowing me to be me. And that is absolutely what we've seen from Barco under Rob Valentino since he's come back from the Olympics, and it is a super encouraging sign for Atlanta United as it tries to dig itself out of this big hole it created. Also, Marcelino Moreno is really coming to his own and playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of flair, but a lot of good efficiency and good production. And him teaming with Barco has been a great compliment on the field. They're moving around the midfield with each other. They're not kind of staying in one place or kind of playing like the other doesn't exist on the field. And they're really interlocking well and weaving through the attacking third very well together. And both those guys have been great taking penalties. Normally we see Joseph take all the penalties for Atlanta, but Moreno and Barco have been really sharp from the spot, which is very encouraging for both of those young players. And speaking of Joseph, of course, to grab that W with him suspended after receiving the red card, which that red card was pretty soft, but for them to win that game without Joseph at Columbus is major for the team. And Joseph just continues to lead this team incredibly well, both on the pitch and off it. You can tell that his spirit and his fire is in the team, whether he's on the field or not. And that's something that he seems to have made a concerted effort towards since he came back from playing with Venezuela, and since he finally returned to the team after Heinze froze him out a bit, that Joseph is saying, this is my team, this is how we're going to play, this is what we are and aren't going to put up with, and this is the product we're going to put on the field. And it's really reverberating throughout the team. Moving a little further back on the field, the early returns on playing three center backs appear to be quite good. It removes some of the pressure and responsibility from Santiago Sosa playing in that defensive midfield position. It frees up Bello to do his thing on the left side, as well as kind of sneaking into different areas across the pitch. And it seems much more natural for Alan Franco. He seems a lot more comfortable with three center backs, and him and Miles are much, much stronger when Franco is playing at the level he's been at the last couple of matches. And you think these fellas love playing for Rob Valentino or what? I mean, they are just playing so much more free, they're smiling, they're enjoying themselves. Valentino's giving them the freedom to be themselves while staying within kind of the team system. And it's been really cool to see them both kind of play for each other, coach for each other, and kind of come together very well during what's been a tough time. And there was more good news last week off the field as new Brazilian signing and designated player Luis Araujo came to the club. He's just 25 and has played significantly for Lille in a solid European domestic league in France, as well as in the Champions League. And last year, Lille won the French league, breaking PSG's run of 3 straight titles. I think PSG actually just signed a guy who's pretty good from Argentina. Might be a big player for them, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll talk more about Araujo in the coming weeks once we see him out on the field and see where Rob Valentino wants to play him, how he wants to utilize him alongside Joseph, Barco, and Moreno up top. Next up is Sunday afternoon against LAFC. The first time Mercedes-Benz Stadium will be completely open this season. LAFC has not been remotely as dominant as they have in years past, which sounds a little familiar. They give up a lot of goals, but regardless, Atlanta has been on an uptick, and anything less than another strong performance in this game would honestly be pretty disappointing. And so after going 3 months without a win, Atlanta United can make it 2 in a row on Sunday, and we know that 1 is an accident, 2 is a trend, and then 3 is a streak for those of you scoring at home. Plus, it's always nice to get a win against the team that was dubbed the next Atlanta United, because we all know there's only one Atlanta United. So that's all for this week's episode. Be sure to subscribe to Atlanta Sports Unlimited on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter as well. And we'll see you next week on 90 on Peachtree. My name's Corey Knapp. See you guys then.